What's up, guys? This is Joe Steele from the Steel Mindset. This is going to be the first official Off-Grid Thursday. It's a collab I'm doing with Off-Grid Knives where basically every Thursday of every week, it's going to be an Off-Grid Thursday. We're going to be showing Off-Grid knives, cutting with Off-Grid knives, premiering new models that are coming out, or just anything off-grid. It'll be an official Off-Grid Thursday every week. And I would like to invite any creators that have off-grid knives, that love off-grid knives, and want to showcase their knives on Thursdays of every week. And we're going to call it and coin it Off-Grid Thursday. You can do it on Instagram, you can do it on any social media platform, because my goal is to try to get everyone involved to try and turn it into an official day for off-grid every Thursday. All right, so what's up, guys? So I have been seeing a pattern happening with some knives at around 3.5 inch size, like this Sidekick that I'm showing you here today. Just that compact knife size, something that can kind of really just fit in your pocket. You can tuck away, you can keep it concealed, you can just keep something comfortably at your side. And it's a big enough knife where you can really use it on an everyday type of environment. It could be an urban life where you just need to basically cut things with it every day, cut open boxes at work, whatever the case is, cut open anything you need. It's basically something that's going to fit comfortably in your pocket or at your side with the belt clip, however you want to carry it, and something that's kind of always there. And even in a camping situation, some people really like this size knife to be able to do just, simple wood carving, wood kindling, situations, cutting tent rope to put up camp and things like that, making up tent spike. There's a lot of things you can do with this size knife, and people like that compact feel of having a really good, capable knife that you can really tuck away and keep with you at all times. Now, from what I understand from Carrie, Off-Grid has been approached many times to come out with a everyday fixed blade. What they did was they took a family of knives that they had, which is this Backcountry Coyote, which I've had for many, many years. Great, comfortable knife, really unusual, very nice blade shape, something that's very capable to do a lot of different things. Nice drop point blade, you got the recurve here, and kind of came out also then with the twin knife, which I've done many videos on, which is the rapid fire. Okay, same type of geometric on the blade here, okay, which is a smaller version of all three, which is going to be now an everyday fixed blade. So this is a great family of knives that started with the Backcountry full-size fixed blade. Then they brought out the rapid fire folder, and finally we have the Sidekick. Now, they didn't just basically just miniaturize it. They did a lot of changes to this to make this extremely comfortable, like a completely different animal other than the blade shape, to make this so comfortable and make it a really perfect type of everyday friendly fixed blade. All right, guys, so the first thing we got to talk about is pretty much the whole premise of the knife. It's supposed to be a knife that you can carry with you every single day. Now, this is the blacked out version. Starting with number one, this is a very compact taco style, I believe, Kydex sheath. Always very comfortable, clicks right into place, no problem, no rattle, no movement. It's just a Kydex sheath that way you would want it designed from Off-Grid. Fully moly compatible, you have the screws, you can do whatever you want. Now, what makes this such a portable option is this 360-degree belt clip that you can kind of put any which way you want. Now, you can play with this, switch this around, so you can make it right or left. You can make this, turn it this way, and you can make it a vertical carry up and down. You can turn it upside down and make it an upside down carry. It's not going to fall out if you want to engage it that way. Or you can turn it sideways and make it a scout carry, or turn it to the side, or any which way. There's a million configurations that this thing will fit and be comfortable with anyone's particular interests or needs in terms of the carry. Now, this was on the other side. I physically turned this around because I like to keep it on my right belt. So basically, you clip this right into place. You can keep this back, keep it concealed under your shirt, okay? Engage with it, and you're ready to go. I like to keep the edge down, release it, and be able to cut with it right away. And then basically, to put it away, you have also the thumb ramp that you can push out and push in, which is a great design on this Kydex sheet. You could also keep it a little bit further in and be able to engage with it from the front. If you want, you can keep this vertical carry, and you can really just kind of ready to go that way, okay? Because I like to also go kind of across my body sometimes. you can switch it around and keep it this way and be able to engage with it this way and be ready to go. If it's, you know, a cutting situation, emergency cutting situation, you need to do it one hand, you're ready to go, because basically you can put this in, use the thumb to kind of push this back into place, set this back. You could even use it with the left hand and you're ready to go that way as well. So it's just, there's really, it's limitless how many configurations you could have with the innovation or the design of this belt clip being 360 degrees. You can do whatever you need to do with it, and it's going to be comfortable carry. That's what makes it such a comfortable and carry for anybody to basically engage with. Now with the Coyote version, I like to take the belt clip off and kind of just tuck it right into my pocket and just tuck it right in away, and you won't even know it's there. And right from the pocket, kind of engage with it there, and then kind of put it into place and click it in, and you're ready to go. With like a side zipper, which a lot of these cargo pants or camping pants have, that you can tuck it away there as well, and you're ready to, again, with one hand operation. Here's a thumb ramp, ready to go, and kind of just put it away, use the thumb ramp again, click into place, and you're good to go. So there really is an unlimited amount of ways that you can carry this. If you want to keep this tucked away into your pocket like a lot of people do with this Kydex sheath, it's small enough and compact enough and light enough that you can do that. Or if you want to basically use the 360 degree belt clip to just configure it any way you want, right, left, ambidextrous, right, left carry, scout carry, vertical carry, any type of carry. So that's what makes this knife such a perfect option for an everyday type of friendly fixed blade to carry with you and keep with you comfortably at all times, whether it be urban or even outdoor camping. All right, guys, so let's go through all the specs of the knife. Starting with the blade, it's a Sandvik 14C28N steel, which is a premium Swedish stainless steel, supposed to have exceptional edge retention, corrosion resistance, durability, and easy on the field sharpening. The length of the blade, I did all my own measurements, and everything came out pretty close to whatever they advertise on the site, but it came in around 3.5 inches is the total blade, 3.3 inches is the cutting edge with a sharpening choil. It's got 1.1 inch of width on its widest point, 3.47 millimeters in thickness of the spine, 59 HRC, and it is a drop point blade. The Coyote version is a tumble titanium nitride coating, and it's like a gray wash coating. The Blackout is a black wash plain edge coating. And Off-Grid does a great job historically with their coatings. Their coatings really last through all of the cutting you're going to do with it. The handle, which is the highlight of the knife and the most comfortable part of the knife, is a G10. Outer length is around 4.3 inches. The inner grip is exactly 3.4 inches of inner grip hugging, where you can really wrap your hand around it. It'll be extremely comfortable. 19 millimeters or 0.7 inches is the thickness, consistent from top to the bottom of the girth of the handle, or the thickness of the handle, so it definitely fills in your hand really well. The weight of the knife is 5.25 ounces without the sheath, 7.5 ounces with the sheath and the clip, and 6.25 ounces with the sheath and no belt clip. This was designed by Carrie at Off-Grid Knives, and he did a great job bringing this to the market, coming from a very already successful family of knives. Guys, in terms of grip, in terms of how you engage and hold the knife, I mean, that's what really, it's not only the carry, it's not only the versatility of the carry, it's this handle. I mean, look at the curvature of this handle. It's absolutely contoured and perfectly contoured to your hand. Now you see with the specs basically how the measurements on the inner grip is perfectly fine. It's only about 3.5 inches, but it's curved to the point where as an everyday fixed blade, it fits perfectly fine in my hand. If you have extra large hands, you do have the round lip here that you can kind of overlap with your pinky. So perfectly comfortable. Great jimping basically on the top of the blade and also on the side of the G10, so you can take a reverse grip with no problem. You can take a regular grip with no problem. I love the pinch grip on this particular knife is excellent, because you have so much balance on the knife that taking that pinch grip to do the really fine work is absolutely simple. I mean, it's just simple. It's native to take any type of grip with this knife and be completely comfortable with it. Pretty much one of the most comfortable everyday fixed blade type of knives that I've ever had. Felt comfortable doing it throughout the entire cutting session. In terms of cutting, guys, in terms of demonstration and performance, what can I say? This is really an extremely well made cutter. It's a knife that is native to cut with. Right out of the box, right out of the factory, right with the edge that they gave you, which is very sharp. Everything comes out of off grid extremely sharp. Great Scandics, the Swedish steel that I haven't heard of before, but it looks pretty damn good. But I gotta tell you, this is one hell of a cutter. Now you can see I started off right with the sandblast hose because that's a very hard sandblast hose, extra thick from Scab. And it's extremely hard to cut with. Not many knives can go through that easily. Now this thing did a really good job in kind of penetrating and cutting right through that steel belted hose. And then I went into the smaller one, but it just impressed me how good and easy it was to kind of manage and cut through. Now it's not just a cutting performance. I wanted to take different grips to see how comfortable it was to cut through such a hard material. And then in return, guys, we had to inspect the edge, and the edge seems pretty fine. I don't know if there's any micro abrasions there and stuff like that, but no cracks or nothing that really stopped it from cutting the rest of the cutting session. So cutting through that steel belted stuff, the blade handled itself pretty well. And it's not something that you're going to do every day, but we do it here just to show you how good the edge retention is and how good the steel is. I haven't tested this steel before, and so far it looks pretty damn good, and the edge retention really held up. Now you can see I was cutting cordage, I was cutting that rubber cable wire there, you know, kind of just taking the grip and just kind of gliding things along, fire hose material, doing the pull cuts, doing the push cuts, doing all types of cuts. It felt comfortable at all times, and it did the blade and every portion of the edge, which I did use, did not fail me once. It is an even sharpness throughout the entire cutting angle, and I felt myself being able to cut and move the knife in different ways to use different parts of the blade to use it for cutting. So I like this type of rounded type of contour with the drop point, how this blade is made, and that's really why I like also the full version, and I think that's why they brought this over, because it was such a popular blade shape, and I found that no matter what I was cutting, it didn't fail me, and I felt very comfortable, and it just did the job. It did the job. That's really what's important. It did the job, did it well, and it did it with comfort, without slippage, and I felt confident. The knife felt confident in my hands at all times, even doing the pinch grip or doing basically a reverse grip. No matter how I was holding this thing, it felt extremely comfortable and sure grip. Okay, so you want to take this thing camping, you want to take it on a camping trip, okay? You can see I started off with a piece of wood that I wanted to debark, and look how quickly I was able to take this knife, this little 3.5 inch cutting edge knife, okay, with the nice comfortable handle, and how fast I was able to debark this entire log. You know, it did it with ease, it cut with ease. I felt like no stress basically going through the cuts and getting through everything, even changing grips, whatever the case is. It felt comfortable throughout the entire cutting process. Then I went in and I wanted to make this debarked piece of log, I wanted to make it a tent spike. So I was able to kind of just use a batooning method, start off because it was a thick piece of wood, and I was able to kind of really get this thing to a point and finish it up, okay, with the knife itself, okay, with a nice tight grip, and you ended up with a really good tent spike. Did not take me that long at all. Then obviously with a tent spike, you want to have a notch so you can tie ropage or paracord around it to tie down a tent. So I was able to kind of, obviously with the batooning method, again, make a really nice clean notch with no issue. This knife really just performed. It's an excellent performing knife. I feel like it's solid. It's still solid after all the banging around that I did with this thing. It just felt comfortable. I mean, it's just one of those knives, a small knife. It's like a small Sidekick companion that really feels comfortable doing whatever you need to do with it. So with a very short piece of video, I was able to debark this log, make up a tent spike, and also make up a notch. Okay, and I have a tent spike. I can make another 4 of these, and I'm ready to go for you're basically just tying my tent down. And I did it all with this little Sidekick knife that kind of fits really comfortably right at my side, basically whenever I need it to go. Batooning, you can baton with this thing. Small logs, I mean, you got to be sensible. It's not a big blade, but you can basically just break up like little small logs just to kind of get things ready for a fire, whatever the case is. It did it absolutely fine. Can you baton with a 3.5-inch blade and a small handle G10? Yes, absolutely. I felt confident with this knife at all times. There was no slippage. It cut through everything like as if it was a big knife. Kept the edge retention throughout the entire thing, and I was able to process the wood with this little knife, make up a tent spike, make up kindling for a fire, and this ended up being a great option that I carried with me, that I would have carried with me going camping, because it did everything that I needed it to do, and it stayed solid and sure grip at all times, and the blade stayed sharp and stayed true throughout the entire demonstration. Guys, why do we do the drop test? Because you want to see the balance of the knife, and test also the tip of the knife. You can see the penetration also before I did the drop test, the penetration, being able to disengage a knife and be able to, you know, into a life or death self-defense situation. Very good piercing knife. Really quick to engage and quick to basically take care of business. But it's a great penetrating knife. The point of this knife is pretty much reinforced. It's got a nice spine, and it was a great penetrating knife. But the reason why we do the drop test is the fact to see how balanced the knife is on a 4-foot drop. We call it a Donnie B all-day drop test because he implemented it a long time ago. It stayed true throughout the entire fall, and it fell into place really well. I can't explain how balanced this knife is. It's extremely well made and extremely balanced. The handle is comfortable, and you just feel it. You do the drop test and you know how balanced it is, and you feel it, and you don't even have to do it because you feel it when you're cutting. You can feel how balanced this thing is regardless of the type of a grip that you're taking with it. Really well made knife, especially for its size. Pretty good slice of the edge retention held up. Even going through that steel belt and sandblast hose, I think it still kept the edge retention really good. So I'm pretty impressed with this this type of Swedish steel that Off-Grid is implementing. I haven't seen that before, but it kept its edge retention pretty good. I think a simple strop in this thing will pretty much be ready to go and continue cutting for you. Guys, question of the hour, would I recommend this knife? Shit yeah. Would I carry it? Absolutely. Listen, for its intended purpose of giving you a knife that's going to be an everyday companion, an everyday sidekick, if I may, they basically achieved their objective. Extremely well made, tough, and a very good cutter. It's a slicer, it's a cutter, it's a banger. This thing is an excellent cutting knife for an everyday situation. And you can see even camping how well it did, doing like a camping simulated camping type of trip to make up a tent spike and do all the things you need to do with the camping knife. So urban wise, excellent carry, great weight. Many million different ways that you can carry this thing to make it concealed or make it easy to go at all times. If you're doing also work with your knife, it's perfect for that as well. Or again, if you're doing a camping trip, I think this is a great small everyday fixed blade that's going to be your companion, that's going to do everything you need it to do. And for the price of $60, guys, how the hell could you go wrong? There are knives obviously more expensive than this, may have a little bit thicker of a spine and stuff like that, but you know what? You're not going to get that much better performance than you're getting with this knife. I did everything I needed to do with this thing, and I felt like it was going to come back for more and more. Absolutely recommend it. My experience was great. The Sidekick, guys, blacked out or coyote finish, fantastic knife. Definitely check it out. 60 bucks, you cannot go wrong. You will absolutely love carrying this thing every single day. I know I will. Very good job, Off Grid.